now, it's time for your What Are You Kidding Me? Stories of the day.
Yes, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. Catching the important news that did not make the news, the What Are You Kidding Me stories of the day. I am your What Are You Kidding Me anchorman. If you don't mind, I'd like to take you out of Michigan. Daddy, you're coming with me.
All right.
I've heard that one.
2 weeks ago, a 48-year-old man in Michigan stole his 93-year-old father's corpse before the funeral, and his plan was to try to resurrect him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know.
Really?
I mean, I get it.
How did that go for him?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you how it went for him. Instead, he was arrested for disinterring a body and facing up to 10 years in prison for trying to take his daddy home.
Maybe he just wanted one more fishing trip with Pops. You know, prop him up in the boat.
Yeah,
go out in the
okay.
lake.
Really weekend at Bernie's?
Yeah. So original, Drew.
It was original to me.
Can you imagine?
He's like, who's Bernie? I don't know what you're talking about.
Talking about Bernie Sanders.
Hey, Dad, did you catch anything? Dad? Hey, Dad, why? Dad, you haven't moved for about 12 hours.
Hey, Dad, how about you pass me one?
Dad, you're holding the same beer.
Hey, Dad, how about a cold one? Well, Dad is a cold one.
Oh, my gosh.
Dad, why you so... Okay. Let's go to page 2.
What are you kidding me?
I'm going to take you out of the state of Washington, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, good God. Yellow and blue make green. Last Saturday, right outside of Seattle, 3 friends robbed 2 guys, and they had a brilliant getaway plan. So they knew the cops would be looking for a green Nissan 240SX. So right after the robbery, they pulled over, right? They decided to spray paint the car.
Oh!
Just spray paint that thing yellow and blue.
No, spray paint doesn't need to dry at all.
Guess what? Turn that sucker right back to green, and there you go. Their dumb butts are in jail as we speak.
I mean, hey, it was better. At least they thought of something.
Are you crazy, Tanner?
I mean, it probably didn't help that much, but at least...
See, that's a millennial. He's giving them a participation trophy.
I was going to say that, the participation trophy of
Right.
criminals.
An A for trying.
At least they tried to paint the car.
You know...
Hey, that's why they made the What Are You Kidding Me stories, Tanner, because they're a bunch of idiots. All right, there you go, you guys. You got the
What are you kidding me?
stories of the day breaking every single hour.
Real.
Little massage, some aromatherapy.
Funny.
Come on, you guys, we're all on the same team.
Is everyone in the control room ready?
The Fitz Show.
Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely.
All right, what's your crazy? I mean, this is a time where, if you don't mind, we're all just going to admit that part of our week or day specifically where we definitely had our crazy. Okay? Is that cool with you guys? I think. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody has their crazy every day if they're honest and admit it.
Okay.
What, you don't think so?
I've got some big crazy in the past, but I don't know about this week. I'll work it out.
What, for example, let me throw out mine. And by everyone listening at home, at work, in the car, on the app, you know what? Message us on Facebook right now. Facebook.com/followFitz. What's you crazy? So last night, I guess, I had a little crazy because I was looking at my wife's phone. We always look at each other's phones. We share passwords. I let my wife know all of my passwords if she wants them. I know all hers, whatever. I was just looking at her phone, and I noticed that there's a gentleman that had been friended. And I know it was bizarre. You know, the gentleman is, he's a gay hairdresser, right? But for some reason, I thought it was weird that why this sudden, because she had unfriended him in the past, and now they're friends again. So I had a little, let me look at this Facebook right now. You know what I mean? I guess that was my little crazy. I wanted to really examine the situation, investigate it. Why? I admit maybe it was, it's my crazy for the week. What are your thoughts?
I think that's absolutely insane, and I think you're ridiculous. And I think once somebody is gay, they're gay, and I think that you need to reel it in a little bit.
Okay. Sorry about that. Anybody?
Actually, I have something similar. Now that you bring that out, my girlfriend Jill, She worked at a place years and years ago in a retail place, and everyone was real tight, real friendly. Well, she actually was dating and living with a guy that she worked with there. That's old news, but she just got news through that group that there was a tragedy in one of the people's lives. So they all started, communicating. Facebook messages. Can you track down this person? Does anyone know where this person is? And she told me about it. And here she was like kind of reaching out to me saying, hey, this person I know had this tragedy, blah, blah, blah. And it was one of these people who worked there. My mind immediately went to, oh yeah, what about that guy? Is he in this? How much communication you had with him?
Oh yeah.
And was it him?
No, it wasn't him.
Oh, okay. Whew. See, even I'm getting crazy on that.
Yeah, but I found I had to stop myself from getting really wound up on how much is this guy involved. How much when it's like I should be like reaching out to her and comforting her if someone had a tragedy. But instead, I'm like getting mad for my purposes.
Right. Yeah. All right. Thank you for that, Tanner the Millennial.
Mine
what's crazy this week?
Mine has to do with my lady too.
Of course. See, Jenna, this is how it is.
Sorry, ladies. We're just being honest, right? I mean, Jenna and all ladies listening, you should love this right now. Go ahead, Tanner.
So she moved back home recently, and she was kind of talking about her first boyfriend. His name is Paul. And she told me that she ran into Paul at a Starbucks and asked her what she's been up to lately and asked her to hang out.
Oh my God!
You got every right to be crazy.
And ladies, I know what you're listening. Like, okay, really, what's the big deal with that?
They're just friends.
Yeah, all the guys know straight up. Yeah. That dude.
Paul's creepy.
Paul's a creep.
I didn't really make any big deal about it until she said, I think I'm gonna hang out with them.
What?
Oh, okay. We don't even have enough time to go into that right now, but all right. I want to hear about that for What's Your Crazy next week. Jenna. Whew,
speaking of not having enough time.
Yeah. Jenna, you only got time for one today.
Okay, so we'll talk about what I went crazy about earlier when we were off the mic, is that I have a hard time with change, and I'm a very schedule-driven person, and a lot of people say that I make my life into a checklist, and sometimes I get a little bit overamped and overworked because I get too stressed out about thinking about the future, and I had a moment of just overthinking my to-do list.
Do you call that the desk and said, "Get on task, guys"?
She threw her yoga ball at me, and
just sometimes people won't listen to stay on task.
Yeah, but you said that you had a moment.
Yeah, I had a moment.
Oh, okay.
And
because I thought it was a little bit more than that, but
like the song says, a moment that lasts a lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us will ever forget that image and the fire coming out of your eyes again.
If you guys would just listen, everything would go a lot smoother.
We understand, and thank goodness we have a fantastic woman on the show.
Oh, thank God for that.
Whew, see, that's how you stop the crazy. What?
Come on, let's make some noise.
The Fitz Show.
F-I-T with a Z, players.
The reality check is on. It's time to get real.
It's real.
For real. Like for real.
The reality check. This is The Fitz Show.
Hey, if you have a couple of seconds, it would be so awesome if you can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/followfitz, facebook.com/followfitz, and I'm on it, and Drew is on it, and Jenna, my head of security, is on it, and Tanner the Millennial is on it. So say hello. Facebook.com/followfitz. It's time to get real. Drew is standing by with the Thursday reality check. What's going on?
So researchers polled a bunch of people in the position to hire and fire people, and they wanted to find out what the 5 most fireable offenses were. And I've got that list for you right here. We're going to talk about it.
Okay. So, all right. Would you say that these are quite common, or these are just things guaranteed to get you fired? Probably.
Yes, these are the things that these people felt were the most fireable offenses.
Okay,
so it's not just making a mistake. Everyone can make a mistake.
All right,
but these are things that are.
Are you guys paying attention? Are you guys paying attention?
I am.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jenna, are you paying attention, Jenna?
Yeah, I guarantee yawning's gonna be on that list.
Listen, put yawning on there because Jenna yawns during the entire. It's probably like everybody else does.
That's just in. I've got the top 6 things that'll get you fired from your job.
I'm gonna start
she really does.
things into Jenna's mouth when she yawns.
Yeah, I mean, she yawns during the entire. Plus, she's bouncing on a yoga ball over there, and it's like, oh, good God!
I just need to be stimulated. All right, let's hear your list.
Not sure I need this list. So, 82% of the people polled think that drinking at work is deserving of being fired. 82%.
I completely agree with that, and my gosh, I've known several people who have done that.
I just
Really?
Think,
Some of them even function, and you would never know it. Yeah.
I just think 18% of bosses are that chill. They're like, meh. I don't know.
My boss at my pizza place when I was in high school had a really bad drinking problem.
Wow.
He would just pull that out of the freezer and walk through the store drinking it.
Knowing what you guys did to the pizza, I would drink too.
Now, 76% of the people would get rid of you if you watched adult movies on your work computer.
Oh, cool. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place.
No, how about you have your own iPad and your own computer
Yeah.
and never, hey, listen, boys and girls, never, ever, ever you do anything on any company computer. Isn't that right, Jenna?
Yeah, I made the mistake of people
Okay,
saying, Google this, and then I find out what it really is.
Yeah.
and
I did
Yeah,
that on a
but-
school computer and I got detention for it.
I know.
Oh.
You could have done that on your iPhone, Jenna.
Yeah, duh.
You didn't have to use the company computer.
Well,
But you know what? We're learning, aren't we?
yeah, luckily we own the company, so HR couldn't, fire
Well.
me.
Jenna, this one is specifically for you.
Yeah, you're lucky I'm the HR director.
Yeah, exactly.
16% of those polled would let you go if you ate a coworker's food.
What?
Like
Yeah.
robbing from that fridge, you know?
I've done that. I have been guilty of that before. I'm not lying. I've stole food out of the refrigerator because I was starving. Usually little fruits and yogurts. Yogurts are always in there. Yeah.
He'll
little,
think-
little granola parfaits.
Especially if people like leave them in there, like stockpile them. They're like, they're not going to notice.
You two
if,
are
like,
scavengers.
I know.
Bring your
I
own
know.
dang food.
I'm
They'll be
saying,
like-
I know. I'm saying I have been there.
They won't
I've
notice
done
if
that.
like 4 of the 12 are gone.
Yeah. I'm just trying to admit to it. Go ahead. What else you got?
25% are not okay with you sleeping at work. Just 25%.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I sleep
Yeah.
at work all the time.
I fell asleep on the air one time in Wichita Falls, Texas.
Really?
Get out.
Yeah, no, I'm not even kidding. I think I was interning, and I was just got done hosting my Saturday night show called The Club Shack. I will tell you that the Club Shack was like one of it was the highest rated. Don't make fun of the Club Shack, but I fell asleep after the Club Shack, and there was like dead air for about probably an hour and 45 minutes.
Holy
yeah,
my
they came, they're
Lanta.
pounding on the door, waking me up. That had a lot to do with the end of that internship. Go ahead.
I bet.
And finally, 42% believe that hooking up with a coworker is a fireable offense. Did any of that happen at the Club Shack?
Well,
That's why it was called the Club Shack, I imagine.
the Club Shack is a little old place where we can get together.
Keeping you connected to all things country. It's Fitz.
Come on, yeah, y'all sing along, sing along.
It's the Fit Show. It's all the gossip out of Nashville and Hollywood. These are the Fitz Files.
Pretty cool Fitz Files today, and I'm not trying to be morbid or anything like that, but many celebrities, some that you're probably familiar with, had some very interesting, famous last words
Wait,
that have been documented. Yeah.
So you just had a birthday, and now you're talking about
Oh
famous
God.
celebrities' last words.
I'm
Are you getting there in your mind? Are you like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel or something?
You would. You would bring something like, no, I'm 29 years old. What? I mean, why? I'm 29.
Well, you know all the greats. You remember
Yeah.
the curse of 28, like
Yeah.
Janis Joplin and
Jimi Hendrix, Jim
Hendrix,
Morrison.
Right. I'm
Kurt
29
Cobain.
years old. Yeah.
It must be hard being 39. I mean 29.
You better watch it over there, millennial. All right, so check this out. Some famous last words. For example, Steve Jobs. On his deathbed, the Apple co-founder said, "Oh, wow.
Really?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow." This is no joke. I'm not in any way messing around on these. These are legit famous last words. Isn't that something? Almost as this, wow, these Steve Jobs was surprised at what he was experiencing. Yeah. I hope maybe this encourages some people to check this out. Joe DiMaggio, when he was dying of lung cancer in 1999, said, "Oh my God, I finally get to see Marilyn. I finally get to see Marilyn."
I
Thought
love
that was sweet. Yeah,
That is sweet.
He was always in love with Marilyn
He
Monroe.
always held that torch for her, no matter what.
You know, I stayed in Marilyn Monroe's apartment that she lived in for like 2.5 years one time in Los Angeles.
Could
Yes.
you feel her presence at all?
I mean, it was very bizarre. It was it was unbelievable. I made sure to shower in her shower, and no, I did. It was a very cool, special thing. You can actually like get this suite at that hotel there.
You aren't talking about the Hotel Marmot, right?
No, it was the Roosevelt.
Okay.
The famous Roosevelt Hotel on Hollywood Boulevard. She lived there 2.5 years.
I can remember when you stayed in that, and you literally sent me a selfie, and you were like, "Look at where I am."
It's
I thought
crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Michael Landon, the actor, from Bonanza, Highway to Heaven, Little House on the Prairie, died of pancreatic cancer in '91. With his family gathered around, they were all around him. He said, "You're right. It's time. I love you all." And he decided to go. Princess Diana, her last words were, "My God, what's happened?" Wow. Groucho Marx, the famous comedian, he said, "This is no way to live."
He's the greatest.
And check this out. Humphrey Bogart, his last words were, "I should have never switched from scotch to martinis." All right, welcome to the Fitz Show, and find us on Facebook, facebook.com/followfitz.
So, let's go. Fitz happened.
It's the Fitz Show. Wow, listening to the Fitz Show again, huh? That's like the third time today, isn't it?
Yeah.
The one and only.
This is the Fitz Show.
Thank you, everybody, for the fantastic birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. I can't believe I'm 29. I mean, that is straight up legit. Boom. Love. Oh, and by the way, my sister, it's my sister's birthday today. I was born June 28th. She was born June 29th. And we are 2 years apart.
I was going to say, hopefully a couple of years in there.
Yeah.
My mom and her sister are 1 year apart to the day. Same birthday, 1 year apart. They call them Irish twins.
Irish twins.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, let's get to Choose Your News. So according to a brand new study, sending someone a second text if they've ignored your first one, it's not desperate. Instead, it's the key to online dating success. Researchers analyzed 300,000 online conversations and found that if the second message was sent about 4 hours or more after the first message, the person getting the message was more likely to respond than not.
You know what's interesting about this?
So just put yourself out there. What's that?
I think our actual way that we text is different because now people text just the way they think. And if they don't, they just text. And if they have another thought, they just throw another one in. Like that weirdness of sending a second text.
Like we're kind of texting our thoughts?
Yeah, exactly.
Stream of consciousness?
Yep.
Interesting. So anyway, double texting. It's going to get you more dates. Drew, choose your news.
Well, Amazon is pretty much wiping out the retail world, right? They're killing everyone. But one store stands up, and that's Costco. While everyone else is declining.
You know why?
And Costco is going up.
Because you keep them in business with those flannel shirts over there.
You know it. So listen to this. Some researchers looked into the spending habits of Costco to figure out why they are continuing to rise in the Amazon age. And what they found is that 80% of the members go specifically for groceries, and the fact that Costco has fresh meat, produce, baked goods, all that's great. He says, but that's really just the trap. The fact is that when they come there for groceries, they end up buying a bunch of other stuff, like fueling up their car. As one guy put it, you go in for mayonnaise, and you end up buying a generator.
Wow.
So it's that combination of everything at once.
Not to mention, though, but I mean, I'll be honest, you ever go around and you could basically get a full lunch just off the samples.
Yep. Every
True
time.
that.
In the sample.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, I do too. And the sample ladies are always so sweet and fantastic.
But you're in trouble when you're like taking off your hat and changing your shirt to go back for more. Like you've had too much.
Sometimes I just want to sit there and eat their samples and talk with them all day.
Well, you don't? All right, Tanner, choose your news.
Well, Chinese authorities busted an underground network that is basically selling iPhone users' personal data. So these people were hacking into iPhones, grabbing their information, and the scammers sold $7.36 million worth of data.
What?
So you guys thought your apples were safe. You're like everyone else.
Gosh, I'm
Oh,
scared.
take it easy over there. Don't mess with my apples. I'll put my Apple up against your Android any day of the week.
Well, Android does have like 78% of the world's cell phone market, so.
For good reason.
78%? Yeah, good reason. It's an awesome product. They own the world's cell phone market.
Okay. You keep telling yourself that.
I'll never get through to these three. They just gang up on me all the time.
Oh, yeah. We are. There are 3 Apple lovers against you right now. All right. Hey, what's up with you? How are you,
I'm
Jenna?
scared of the dark web. Like, I'm frightened. And that story
I know.
just told me,
Well,
I'm
listen.
like, people could be stealing my stuff right now.
Okay, well, they are. If you have a camera on your phone, trust me, they have the ability to see anything they want.
I don't care about that. It's my personal information and like my bank accounts that I'm logged into or my emails or yucky, yucky, yuck.
That's
it just
the world.
scares me.
Anything you do online, you have to also keep in the back of your mind that anyone can have access to it.
I've got the best defense against that. There's no money in my bank account, so have at it.
It's a solid solution, man.
All right, Jenna, what you got?
Okay, so researchers have recently realized that babies are able to recognize faces while still in the womb. From 24 to 34 weeks, they just basically did this study where they stuck different light patterns, some which matched faces, some matched triangles, and the babies had the quickest responses to face recognition. So they can actually see you from what they're determining still in the womb.
No.
So,
yes.
I don't believe it.
And the title of that study was Flashcard Your Fetus.
Whatever.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a point. You should be letting them know getting their multiplication tables down before they come out.
I thought it was fascinating
I
because
think
from
so.
24 to 34 weeks
That
they
is
can
beautiful.
see, but then at 34 they get too big and they can't move their little heads
Okay.
anymore.
I think it's more of a presence thing than actually being able to like see people's faces. I don't think there's eyeballs poking out.
No,
of
I think you should start holding iPads in front of the belly.
FaceTime your baby.
What do you think about this one? Nah. What do you think about this one? Nah.
All right, there you go. It's Choose Your News on The Fitz Show.
Sophistication, intellect, culture, engaging discussion. You're not going to find any of that here. That last conversation kind of proves it. This is The Fitz Show.
F-I-T with a Z, players.